We are here with Sabrina Carpenter. What's up?
What's up with you?
We were just discussing our love for vintage shopping.
Yes, it's mutual.
What sort of stuff do you find that you're always drawn to when you go into a store?
Dad pants, truthfully. And like, I just love, like we were talking about this earlier, but like oversized shirts, button downs. I love, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because I love wearing clothes like that and then doing like my hair, like having full hair and makeup.
Yeah.
And just like the juxtaposition, I live for it. I don't know what it is.
Definitely. My girlfriends and I were talking about this, that now to pull off the perfect like outfit, it's part of it has to be beautiful or like nice, shiny or whatever. And then the other part just like distressed, ripped, old, and then you balance it all out.
It's a weird... It's very tough to balance it and to balance it perfectly. And I realized that like me going to the airport in those outfits, no one likes those outfits at the airport because everyone's dressed comfortably. And I like to think it's very comfortable, but like it is mixing and matching things. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It is fun.
Now that we've gotten down on fashion.
Yeah, now that we've gotten the important things covered.
Let's talk about the new album. It comes out this Friday. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Singular Act 1. Mm-hmm. What was it like making this album?
Long. I'm so excited that it's gonna finally be out because I feel like it has been out for me. I've been listening to this record now for over a year, and I think that so far my fans that have grown with me and have heard the things that I've done before, they'll be pleasantly surprised. It's very sonically just different than anything that I've done before, and this is definitely like my baby of an album, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. The control just from start to finish and being through everything like 100%, and really, really being critical, like a critical listener of this album personally, before I'm putting it out. Like I'm just excited to see what they think.
Mm-hmm. You said it's sonically different. How so?
I think there is an unspoken confidence and sense of empowerment in the album that my fans have picked up on so far, and a huge reason why I called it Singular, because a lot of people around me were just like, wait, just never heard this like side of you before, and I'm like, well, she's somewhere in there. I don't know where I don't know where she is, but she came out in the studio, and that's the only place I needed her to come out. And I think just these stories that I've told are so direct from the source that my fans haven't really heard me be that open about things that happen in my life. I think, you know, when I first started to write music, it was kind of like I have to pay attention. I have to listen from people that know sort of what they're doing, and gain knowledge from that to be able to go in and start to speak with my own words and my own opinions. Mm-hmm. And that was kind of how I approached this album. Was it scary doing that? Because you've really grown up in the public eye, and I can see how for a lot of artists, like it's easy to not to be a little fearful of sometimes sharing your true opinions or your true self. How did all of that feel? I think that it is the most fun part about music, being able to tell your story and then you realize that 1,000 other people have also been through your story. It is really therapy, because you get to a place where you're like, oh, I'm literally not the only person in the world that has felt like this before. And I think getting to speak to other people, and again, it's sort of just like what we need a little bit more of in our world in general, is listening to each other a little bit more, talking to each other a little bit more, empathizing with each other a little bit more. And I think music is such a direct way to do that. No kidding. That's beautiful. And it's so nice to hear that. You co-wrote all of these songs too, is that right? That's congratulations. Thank you. You're obviously very busy. What does Sabrina Carpenter like to do on her day off? She loves to come to Canada and spend time with iHeartRadio. Yay! Yeah. What do you actually like to do on your day off? You're like, okay, now the truth. I don't know. I honestly, when I do get a day off, I try to not be jet lagged and try to sleep, because I'm usually traveling a lot. I'm sort of always working no matter what. It's hard. People try to like get me to slow down or stop, and I'm like, that's okay when I'm dead. Because you love it. Yeah, right? I do. I love it. I'm trying to think of what I do. Recently, I've been like trying to see movies and, you know. Nice. Go out and be with nature and all that. That's important. Yeah, I love trees. And taking care of yourself when you have a hectic schedule like you do is really important as well. How do you balance that out? Like, are you like green smoothies, yoga, meditation? What's your thing? Yeah, sort of. Like, I'm sort of more like the chocolate is therapy type of, theory. No, I do. I'm very, very good about knowing that I have to stay hydrated on the road and just kind of have to, like, be able to decompress and have moments and time, like working out. And I like the gym. I don't love the gym, but I go to the gym, and just making time for yourself and realizing that it does make a difference, because when you are performing on it every night and you're on stage every night, you don't realize like it's work.
For sure. And when you take that downtime, you probably get more ideas for your music.
Exactly.
Speaking of which, are you coming out with more music in 2019? Did I hear that?
Yeah, so there's an act 2 if there's an act 1.
Very cool.
Which will be coming soon.
Okay, we'll pick your brain on that. Last question. We are coming up to the holidays. What is your favorite Christmas tradition or holiday tradition?
Do you have one?
Mine is probably Christmas Eve, sitting around the fire with my family, drinking too much red wine and eating too much cheese.
Right. I can drink too much red wine here, but back in the U.S., I can't.
Oh, yeah.
I would say my favorite tradition, every year since me and my sisters were little girls, the elves would come on Christmas Eve and bring us a new pair of pajamas, and they would hide it somewhere in our rooms. Every year. They are very good with timing. They're always on time. We coincidentally always go out to dinner the night of Christmas Eve, and then we come back and they're in our rooms. So I don't know, man.
Look at that.
I don't know. It's crazy, but I love that. Yeah.
Are they matching pajamas?
Sometimes. In the recent years, yes, because, sisters, if someone likes the other color better, then it's not a fun Christmas Eve. So recently they've been matching, yes.
Cute. Well, hey, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you so much.